Rassam works in my shop. He's the SWRCB guru and ESMR guru and what have you. So, Rassam, take SWRCB away, please.
Right. Could somebody help me find out if there have been any sewer spills nearby my house? All right, well, in this presentation, I will show you how to find SWRCB data, and I'm hoping that you will join us in helping us increase the availability and usefulness of our data. So let me start off by introducing myself. My name is Rassam Zargalmi, and I work at the Water Boards in the Office of Information Management Analysis. I've been working at the Water Boards for about 9 years, and so when I first started, I was not that familiar with SWRCB data. So over the years, I've got more familiar with the data set, and I've helped develop tools to make the data more available and useful for staff and some of the ESMR dischargers. So without further ado, I'm the steward for SWRCB, California Integrated Water Quality System. So SWRCB is used by staff to track places of environmental interest. So for instance, manage permits, track inspections, manage violations, enforcement, and it also allows online submission of data by certain permittees in certain programs. So looking forward at what types of data we have available, it's the same set. So we have permits, orders, inspections, violations, enforcement actions. And if you sign up today, we're also going to throw in SSO, sanitary sewer overflow, and NPS monitoring data for free. Nice. All right, so Greg talked about accessing data, and right now all of our data is available through different ways or mechanisms. So we have a public reports page, and then you can access that on our webpage, waterboards.ca.gov. And so that's what we have available right now. One of the most common data requests I get is for MPDS monitoring reports. So those are called ESMR reports. So in the next few slides, I'll show you how to access that data from our public reports. So by clicking on that link, you see it? Oh, there's a link at the bottom that says ESMR data report. You click on that link, and it brings up our search criteria page. So you could filter on region, parameter, date, what type of data, if it's effluent, influent, or receiving water. So I selected a few items. So I filtered by flow. I wanted to actually get all the flow data for 2015. So all the effluent flow for 2015, I selected effluent and analytical, and I clicked export, and I got all the data in Excel format. So we have that available now. We are also working on other ways to access that information. So we are using GreenGov, and I've uploaded all of our 2014 and 2015 ESMR data set, and that's about 4 million rows of data. So that's a lot of data just for the past 2 years. So we're working on adding more and more data to GreenGov. So with our SWRCB data, you can make, we're asking you to help us make it more useful. And some of the things that we could make more useful is determining, the public sewer spill incident map, making that a little bit more useful. The evaluation of dischargers' effect on the environment and actually creating permit limits. We use that data. And then determination of the monetary penalties imposed by the water boards. So those are kind of like some big items that you could answer with our data set. So again, contact me and let's make California's water great again.
We have a couple minutes for questions for Rassam, and then we're going to take a quick break so I can fix my screen. But any questions for Rassam?
Yes.
Could you clarify what do you mean by status and disposition of the fines?
So the question was status and disposition of fines.
So we have an. Let's go now. So we have the violations, and then with the violations, they can turn into enforcement actions, and then you can see the status of those enforcement actions, if they have been dismissed, or they're still active, or what the fines are, what they are expected to do to correct those violations. Is that?
Like how long the violator takes to pay their fine? Is that what you're getting through? Whether or not they have to pay.
I think they all have to pay eventually.
So there are milestones associated with ACLs, and so the schedule and some of those, you could theoretically find somebody who should have paid but hasn't paid.
Mm-hmm.
Or like how long they can come back and
Yeah, or the milestones.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And a lot of that stuff is just available on our performance page too. There's enforcement report cards that have some of that.
And so I'll be available in the breakout section as a SWRCB steward to help you go through our public reports page or show you the GreenGov website so you could find that information.
We had Steve, and then we had somebody over there.
Steve?
One of the pieces of data you mentioned receiving water data by the permit. So those data would be going to the same data that's in CDAN. So is it an effort to have those same data available in CDAN, but there's the same type of data in CDAN, somebody going in this report, or is it going to be something above that, whatever the data goes into?
So with our NPS reports, they do have monitoring requirements for receiving water. And what we're working towards is getting a few additional fields in our online submittal tool so that we could transfer that data to CDN. So that there's not going to be a dual submission, submitting it in CDN and also submitting it in our ESMR program. But we want to transfer our receiving water monitoring data from CWIX to CDN. Yes.
Are there any available like API staffing so that machine accessible more easily than going to
We're hoping the GreenGov format would be machine available.
Yeah. So the question was, are APIs available to scrape or find this data easier than searching it on the CWIX search screen? And the answer is, like he said, so greengov.data.web, Socrata platform provides web services and API connections. There's another effort, though, that's also through the Water Quality Exchange effort, where we're trying to build web services through that. We have a grant to do some work with that, too. So there might be a local state board web service available at some point, too. Is that accurate?
The grant is just specifically for CDN that we're hoping to reverse that.
Right, so the grant is for CDN, and so if what Steve asked, it passes it all the way through, then it would also be there. So I think that's enough for questions right now. Rassam will have a station, so if people have specific questions, go to the CWIX station and find them. The lunch break, we're still on schedule. I'm just going to take a quick break. I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes to go, bathroom break, whatever you want to do. Bathrooms are out in the hall. They're both to the left, I believe, on this floor. No. Women's to the right, men's to the left. Okay, so 5 minutes, and we're going to start up again, and I'm going to have the resolution fixed on here.